What is up, fellow benchwarmers? Well, this is your not so daily fantasy quickie already. I know we're behind on schedule, but I'll talk about that in a bit. My name is JJT with Commish Eric. First 3 days of the NBA season just ended today, and all the teams played already, right? All the teams
All the
played.
teams played already.
We've seen some rotations already. We've seen the players, and of course, this is the week where people panic a lot. So you have to be aware of who has been dropped. Later, I'll talk about that a bit. But if in case many of you would be asking, are we going to do daily? We're not sure we can do daily, but we'll do twice, thrice. We'll see what can happen, and then maybe a more often Q&A live session, maybe once every 2 weeks, instead of the usual uh, once when we feel like it. So, but definitely this year we'll scale back on the daily just because of stuff happening outside of the fantasy world for us on our personal stuff. Anyway, let's get into it today. Uh, your take on the first day stuff that happened in the first 3 days. Your
Well, the the
initial thoughts.
veterans, as I tweeted this about in the first few days. Usually, veterans are the ones that are performing well.
Mm-hmm.
Harrison Barnes, 10 out of
Ooh,
12.
what 35 point 33?
I don't know, 30 something points. Although
Yeah.
he didn't do much, no, aside from scoring and some 3 pointers. But of course, people were surprised about it. But I remember he did have a hot start. I think not last season or 2 seasons ago, because veterans, they already don't have, especially veterans who did not change teams like Harrison Barnes with Sacramento, a stable coach system. It's advantage really compared to young players or rookies who are more hyped during the draft season. But
Yeah.
when the real game start, of course they will be nervous. There will be some excitement. There will be a lot of things. No, those are real basketball stuff. So
Yeah,
the first few
the
days,
reality will set in for these
yes,
rookies.
the first few days, like Harrison was great. Kevin Love was great. A lot of veterans played well. Gordon Hayward, 10 points, nine,
Yeah,
eight rebounds, 7 assists.
as always with Gordon
Solid.
Hayward.
I think the only veteran that didn't really perform was Kyle Lowry, who I think really is.
Well, in fairness to Kyle Lowry, in fairness to, no one was really drafting him
Yes,
for
yes,
fantasy. So
yes.
I don't think everyone was surprised that he didn't do well because no one was picking him up. He had what, zero in 32 minutes,
Yeah,
nothing.
0. Yeah, but Lowry's case is really washed. Over. This is really, I think he's just past his prime already. But the other, these the Harrison Barnes, these are the guys you don't pick in the draft. They always fall.
Hmm.
Because
Yeah,
people just, there's no excitement, there's no upside. And then when the start of the Kelly Oubre today,
yeah,
Kelly Oubre, 9 out of 13. Cole Anthony, you can consider Cole Anthony a veteran already a little bit.
yeah.
So overreaction sometimes, because big outputs from these guys. Did managers will think, did we make a mistake? Not picking them, or did we make a mistake in picking some other players, the younger ones? Not really. I think you have to be patient, really, with your players. You drafted them for a reason, and one game is too small a sample size. 1 or 2 games is too small a sample size.
Yeah.
But for the first 3 days, I think everything was mostly as we expected. No, there were some
Nothing
surprises.
surprising. Nothing
Nothing much.
surprising.
Yeah, nothing much.
Not much to panic about, I guess. There's
Yeah.
not a lot to panic about. I think today we'll probably talk one player that many might be not really panicking, but more on concerned about. But you mentioned the rookies. Webby had not a first round type of performance, not even a second round, maybe not even a third round. It was okay. It was an okay. He salvaged it in the last couple of quarters, the second half or the last
The fourth
quarter.
quarter. Basically the
Yeah,
fourth quarter. He had 9 points in the fourth quarter. Yeah,
But a little underwhelming, and that's already the top of the food chain in terms of the rookies. The others did not really perform as well. Maybe the best was Osar with 5 blocks and
Lively,
all-around
Derek
performance.
Lively and Osar.
Lively.
Yeah, Lively and Osar. But with Wemby, I'm not worried at all.
Yeah.
He had foul trouble first games, as I said. It's always tough in the first game. He still his upside was there, even if he was in foul trouble. He just needed one run, and he had 15 points, 6 out of 9. I think I'm not sure, 1 block, 2 blocks, 1 steal.
Yeah.
He just needs one solid run to get those numbers. What if he stays out of foul trouble and plays better? He'll definitely get to the second round levels that people think he will get this season.
Another maybe player who didn't perform, a rookie didn't perform well was Chet. Chet Holmgren was well, we
So
didn't
so
really. Yeah, but not really that, what, fourth round or that 40s, 50s type of player that you were hoping for. But again, let's not overreact. You probably won't be dropping your Wendy. You'll not drop
no
your
no.
Chets,
And
right? So don't be too
after the
concerned. This
first
is just one game.
after the first game, I did not change what I my view on Wemby and Chet. I'm still high on both of them. Chet specifically, you said not that great of a game. Yes, that's true. But it was a bad game already for not bad, but it wasn't his best game. But he still performed not top 50 value in that game, but still solid. And there's so much more he can improve on. He got his ankle broken by Drummond, of course. That's bad for
When I saw the
bad luck.
replay, I was a bit concerned
Yeah,
because
bad luck. But I think OKC is primed to contend. Chet
yeah.
is gonna improve. He's gonna get better. One thing we can do is Wemby, Chet, and the other rookies. If managers drop some of them, maybe not Wemby and Chet,
All
but
right,
maybe
who are the players? Let's talk about some. I'll mention some
rookies.
names.
Let's talk
Yeah,
rookies
some
first.
rookies. Obviously Chet and Wemby are not droppable. Scoot
Scoot was
is
bad.
someone who's probably not droppable. He was
Yeah.
bad, but I don't think you're gonna drop him just
Yes.
for the
No. 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 No.
excitement
No.
factor. But the field goal should be bad. The turnover should be bad. I don't think it will be surprising if those things happen, right? Osar was probably one of the more hyped player after Chet and Wemby. He was okay. 5 blocks, solid all around. Not on the scoring part, but everything was okay. Amen, I think is yeah. This is probably where we kind of have to think already. Amen Thompson,
I think
droppable.
Amen.
Wade,
Yes, Amen in 12 team is droppable. I was hoping that he transitions to the NBA better, but again, as we said, yes, he will get a chance off the bench. No, off the bench, maybe 17, 18, 20 minutes, something like that. 20 minutes, point guard role, shooting guard role, or whatever, guard role, ball handling role. It's tough. It's tough for someone like Amen who didn't play college, who played in the OTE, which is not even the G League, to transition to a point guard role in limited minutes. No, and not even like give him like scoot minutes, like 30, 35 minutes. Let him make mistakes, let him learn right away. He will not be able to do that. So I would think he will be better than what he showed yesterday. The whole Rockets,
14 team though. 14 team hold.
I'm holding for one more game because, as I said, I said that I will give the Rockets a pass for yesterday because it was just a blowout from the start. Maybe I don't know what happened, but they're better than that. Ime Udoka should be better than that. So I will give them a pass there because I think they're better team than what they showed yesterday. So I will hold him in 14. But in shallower leagues, I think there are a lot of new names that are coming out that I think you can make a switch. That you should make a switch. If
All right.
there
So
there's those
I
names,
think
those
those are
names are
the
available.
I think those are the only rookies. And of
I
course,
think
Derek Lively, who should be
yeah,
added
should be added. That's
everywhere.
clear. That's clear there. You said somebody dropped him before the
A
start of the
lot, a
season.
lot. I was surprised.
I don't.
There are certain players I just couldn't drop in some leagues, but there were a lot, and I was way down in the waiver. I was at somewhere in the middle, so I don't think I would be
Yeah,
able to drop him.
Lively. You have to look at the opportunity. Lively. Dallas has needed a center like Lively ever since, I don't know, forever. Ever since Tyson Chandler, I think. they need him. They need him. And I'm not saying he's gonna be 16 points, 10 rebounds, good every game. That's not gonna happen. Obviously, there will be games where he'll have foul trouble. Number one, he
Yeah.
will, and his game is when you see it's lob passes from Luka, from Kyrie. He doesn't have much really skill set yet. Outside shooting, back to the basket moves. There's none
No
of those.
offensive skill set yet. Not
Yeah.
a
So,
wide
but but
variety of
but
skills.
but with those kinds of players, what one thing good is field goal should be good. Not much
The
turnovers.
rebounding
But
should be good.
rebounding should be good. If he gets 30 minutes starting for Dallas, at least one block is easy because he's
Yeah.
so big, and he's gonna get some of the defensive stock. So the downside to him is really the floor is higher, I think, because he will be starting for Dallas. So I don't know why they dropped him. Maybe they saw that he did not start or whatever. I don't know, but even if he doesn't start, I think he's way better than Kleber or Dwight Powell. So I think he should be fine, no, for Dallas.
All right.
Jarvis
All right.
Walker,
So
I think, is the guy that
yeah.
should be dropped. He was being drafted last round, but we thought he might have a chance, but he's not even in the rotation. So he should
Yeah.
be dropped already.
Uh, Keontae also played. He
Keontae is
was
good.
decent. He was
Yeah.
decent yesterday, but it was a blowout as well. So I
Yes.
don't know how you would judge that decent performance
Not
unless
yet.
you watch the game, right? So it's
Yeah.
easy. He might have been playing in the garbage time, right? I didn't I wasn't able to watch the game, so I didn't know much.
Keontae
But
and
he did
Kayson
well.
Wallace. I think both of these guys are in the watch list. They will be relevant at some point of the season. Kayson from OKC. He's a very good defender, but offensively not yet that good. But he hit 3 3-pointers, 5 out of 5. Again, I don't think that will happen again. But just somebody to monitor. Both of these young guards, they're lottery picks, so they have talent. No, they have
Yeah,
talent. Keontae, I think, wasn't a lottery pick, but close to being a lottery pick. So they have talent, obviously.
yeah. All right. So now let's talk quickly about injuries. We have a few big names already in the injured list. It started with Bradley Beal, who will
Yeah.
also miss the game. Who also missed today's
Yes.
game against the Lakers. So I don't know how long he'll be out. And then to add to the injury woes of Phoenix, Devin Booker apparently got hurt after the first game, after a great first game. He probably will be out a couple of games, I think. I'm not sure about that.
Devin Booker is sure to be out for the next game. He said he's targeting the
The
next week,
next one after this
the
Lakers
next week
game,
after.
right?
But they will give him an MRI. So I don't know if we will never know if something suddenly shows up in the MRI. But we'll have to wait and see. Bradley Beal, I think, is trending in a better direction because it's a
Yeah,
back issue. It's a spasms thing that he's just managing. I'm not sure if he's gonna play the next game though. So have to
we'll see.
if you own
And
Beal and Booker, you might be struggling this week. So
I
put
am
it that way.
struggling in one of the leagues, in a couple of leagues where I have them. And then of course Nick Claxton, the more recent one.
Yeah,
This morning, Nick Claxton will be out tomorrow.
Nick Claxton. So well, with the Phoenix situation, people have been adding Eric Gordon, but I think the guy you should be adding there is Jordan Goodwin. If both of them misses the next game, the streamer there is Jordan Goodwin. Streamer Josh Okogie also.
Yeah,
Goodwin then Okogie. I think that's my order there before Eric Gordon. Now in Brooklyn, I saw Jeremy added Dayron Sharp already.
everywhere because I woke up
Everywhere.
early.
Yeah,
I added,
Dayron Sharp.
as long as I can add him. But this morning, Manila time 5:30 a.m. He was available already.
Yes, yes. I think Dayron is a very good per minute guy. No, he played well in the preseason also. So there, I think he should be added. Dayron Sharp should be added everywhere as a streamer. Again, as a streamer for tomorrow. I don't think it's a serious injury for Claxton though. Just a minor sprain.
All right, hopefully not. Hopefully not. All right, I think we're having some internet.
I
Are we
can hear
good?
you. I can hear you. Yeah. Freezing here and there,
All
but I
right,
can hear you.
so
Yeah. Yeah.
all right, there. Okay, we got back. All right. So players who perform well. Let's talk about some
I,
players who perform well.
okay, yeah. Who else? Who performed well
Cam
in our
Thomas.
list?
Cam Thomas.
Cam Thomas. I think in deeper 16 team league must add in 14 team. Uh, maybe in certain teams, no, certain builds.
Is it
Cam Thomas.
is that a fluke?
I don't think. Well, he has done this before. No, that we can't say it's a fluke. If it's a fluke, it's like a one game thing. I will say he will not do this every game. Definitely not. I mean, I'm pretty sure the next game he might score only 10, 11, or 8 points. The
Yeah.
problem with Cam Thomas is if he scores 12 points, no, and then, makes 4 out of what? 12, 4 out of 13, 2 3-pointers. He doesn't steal, he doesn't rebound, he doesn't assist.
Doesn't do anything.
So,
Yeah.
doesn't do anything basically. So he's gonna put up a lot of eggs in your category leagues, no, 9 cat, 10 cat, whatever cats you're playing. But in points league, maybe better there for the scoring outburst that he can give you. So yeah, for me, I'll add him in 14, no, in 14 teams and see what happens if he can. The difference between Cam Thomas this season and last season is I think he's the sixth man in
Yeah.
Brooklyn.
They need more.
Right? I mean, last season, I think there were other players still ahead of him, Patty Mills and all
Yeah.
those guys. But this season, he's really the sixth man. So I think the role is at least he's not going to go to zero. No, he's gonna at least get 20 plus minutes. Depends on how hot he is.
Yeah. The hottest, I guess, the hottest player from yesterday, probably in your waiver wire, was Jalen Johnson, who's probably not there anymore.
Yeah,
Jalen
should
Johnson
not be
had
there.
29 minutes and he looked good. I mean, not just the stats, but the way he played, the way he fits with Trey and DeJounte, those guys. Like, you can understand why Atlanta was really willing to let go of John Collins because of Jalen Johnson. I mean, they play similarly, but I think Jalen Johnson is faster, more athletic. Not that Collins wasn't athletic, but he was faster. He was moving faster, better,
Cheaper.
and he can do a lot more.
Yeah, it's still cheaper than John Collins. I think that's the biggest thing.
Yes.
But if you were listening to us, we've been mentioning Jalen Johnson for a time already in our Atlanta preview, in our drafts
Yeah.
that we've updated. He's one of our favorite last round picks. And
Yeah.
even in the preseason, if you were following the preseason, he was playing very well also. He was starting. Although some people were saying maybe because Sadiq Bey was not yet there in some games, maybe DeAndre Hunter wasn't there, but the upside of Jalen Johnson was evident even in the preseason. Although I was still surprised he scored that much right out
Yeah.
of the gate, 21 points. No, so I don't think that will be the number of points we should expect from him, but definitely should not be in any waiver wires for now. No, the upside is immense for Jalen
Yeah.
Johnson.
And he's so far the sixth man. And if we compare him to Cam Thomas, the difference is Jalen Johnson wouldn't score as much as Cam Thomas, but he can help in other things. Like he had what 7 rebounds, a few
Yeah,
assists.
can
I think he
steal.
also had a steal and a block. Overall, it was a great category league performance. If you're in a
Yeah,
category,
I think Jalen is my number one ad right now. Well, we forgot in the injury list the Steven Adams injury.
oh
Uh,
yeah,
Steven Adams injury because I'm gonna say Xavier Tillman is the number one. If there's still any Xavier Tillmans in your leagues, I don't know what your guys are doing, but
well maybe a 10 team league.
I think even in 10 teams he should be rostered because top 100 is what I think he can do without Steven Adams and without Ja Morant.
And
Because if
without Aldama.
without Aldama at this point. So I think he should still be rostered there. So it's Tillman, it's Jalen Johnson. I think those two are the real must adds from so far. And
Max
then the others,
Truss.
there we can go to Max Truss, which is the other next tier. No, Max Truss. I
Yeah.
think again, people will ask, what's the difference between Cam Thomas and Max Truss? I think Max Truss can do more than Cam Thomas in other categories, as Jeremy said. Cam Thomas is purely a shooter, a scorer, not even a shooter, really a scorer. Max Truss at least will give you two categories right away, which is 3 points and points. And when you see what he did yesterday, he also helped in rebounds.
Yeah.
No, Max Truss can defend. He's from Miami. He can defend. He can help in other categories. Plus, we have to look at the role. He's a starter. Cam is not, and he's a starter. I think even if like Jarrett Allen returns, I think he still is going to be the starter. And Cleveland last season, what they needed was shooters, and Max Truss just fits that role way
Yeah.
better than whoever Cleveland had last year. So the role is very, very safe for Max Truss. So I
Yeah.
think he's
Plus,
also an ad. An ad.
yeah. Plus, now that there's news that Darius Garland is having some
Also, yeah,
problems, right? In the
yes,
not sure to
yeah,
play in the next game. So more roles, more usage for Max Truss here.
yeah.
So yeah, those are the players that you can go
Kelly
add.
Oubre. Kelly
Oubre,
Oubre, I think.
but I think he's been drafted in most leagues.
No, actually, he's available in a lot of people are asking about Kelly Oubre, and he's actually available in some leagues. No,
Yeah.
especially in 12 team leagues. I think Oubre is better in a way than Cam Thomas. I think he's safer. I'm not saying gonna say
The
better,
role
but
is safer.
the role is safer. And Harden, I don't know what's gonna happen. So at least as long as Harden is out, more minutes, more chances for Oubre to score. But I will not gonna drop somebody of value for Kelly Oubre. Maybe if you have some spare roster spot, it's okay.
All right. Now you mentioned about dropping certain players. I'll mention some names for any one of these players that we talked about, for any ads that we talked about. Um, Colin Sexton, backed up role. We thought he was going to start, but surprisingly, he came off the bench. Jordan Clarkson was a starting point guard. Drop.
I I still rather own Sexton than Cam Thomas though. If you ask me, we're talking maybe 14 team league. No, I would rather own Colin Sexton because he's the backup point guard, and he can, yeah, he's also not a great assist guy, but he's still better than Cam Thomas in assists. He has I guess a more well-rounded stat line, and I think
But
he's
not
safe.
over the rest, the other guys.
No, no, no. I
All
would
right.
rather
So
have, of course, the Tillmans, even Aldama. If you can wait on Aldama's ankle injury, I think he should be better than Sexton. And also, of course, Jalen Johnson, I think, should be better than Sexton.
plus,
But
I
I'd
think
rather have Sexton
I
than
have
Oubre.
a few Sexton, but I think I dropped him in already in pretty much all my leagues just because I don't want the headache. I just feel like he's going to be a headache moving forward. Backup role then doesn't score much, doesn't do much other than
I
score.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna stay as a backup though. I don't trust Taylor Horton Tucker. I think that would change, but I don't know when it will happen. I just feel like it will happen at some point. Taylor Horton Tucker was so hot in the preseason, but I just know when the regular season comes, I'm not sure if he's gonna be able to hold on to that starting position.
Starting position, Patrick Williams is in a starting position,
Ah,
but
I mean, all the experts said Patrick Williams as a late round pick because they felt like this is the year. But as we talked about him before, right? He just doesn't do much. He just
yeah, he was okay. He was okay, yes, the in the
uh,
game.
yeah,
He contributed a little bit of something.
a
At
little
least
bit of
there's that,
something, a little
right?
bit of something. Okay, but if there's an opposite of a guy with high motor, it's Patrick Williams. It's like it's just very very low usage guy. Let's put it that way. Now, if you're low usage, we hope you're like Tybul, that you can give us 3 steals, 2 blocks, or something like that. Which I don't
Well,
think is.
Tybalt didn't give us much
Yeah, yeah, but
yesterday.
but I mean the potential to do something like that. I don't think it's in Patrick Williams' DNA to do something like that. So yeah, I'm okay to drop Patrick Williams. Really.
Josh Hart. We've got some
No, hold,
questions
hold.
about Josh Hart.
Yeah, I'll hold Josh Hart. Although, yeah, it's worrying. 22 minutes
No, the
yesterday.
question. Some of the questions were Jalen Johnson for Josh Hart.
Hmm.
That's tougher because both
That's
of them come
tougher.
off the
That's tougher.
bench. The contribution, we're not
I think
sure.
I think Josh Hart is. I'm still gonna pick Josh Hart over Jalen Johnson because I think when even at 22, 23 minutes, Josh Hart can be somewhere near Jalen Johnson's stats, no, or peak. I think he can. I think he can at 20 to 23 minutes. But
My
some people
concern
talk about,
here with Josh Hurt is that Jalen Johnson's probably a six man, like
yeah.
a legit six man in terms of the usage and everything. Josh Hart is a utility guy who doesn't score much but rebounds the ball really well and maybe some steals here and there.
Assists, actually. Josh Hart has some out of position assists that he can give you. Yeah, the rebounds is very good. He has
So
the
I'm just worried about the usage. So if I'm gonna compare usage, probably Jalen probably has more usage than Josh Hart.
maybe if ever a little. I don't think the difference is a lot because even if you don't score a lot, you can have a high usage. I think the ball goes to Josh Hart enough, no, in a New York system. It's Dante. For me, I'm not sure how DiVincenzo is gonna be used in New York. I
But
think
not
he's
being used.
no. I
But
mean
he had
the
four
effect.
minutes.
The effect,
Yeah.
because like even if he plays 20 minutes, that's already a big hit on Josh Hart. No, because they have to, that becomes quickly DiVincenzo, Josh Hart.
Yeah.
Before it's maybe just quickly and DiVincenzo and somebody else, maybe Fournier, who it doesn't really move the needle for them because DiVincenzo gives them some of what Josh Hart gives them also.
Yeah.
So that's my
And better
worry.
shooting.
Yeah, that's my worry. That's my worry about Josh Hart. But if you drafted him, you already took that into consideration. Maybe he gives you a little of everything. No, hopefully that's what he can give you.
Paul Reed is the hottest name right now.
I'll hold him until the back to back, as I said. But some people said they dropped him for Dayron Sharp. Stream Dayron. I'm sure. No complaints from me also because you want to win
Yeah.
your first week also, right? So Dayron is probably safer. So it's okay. And right now, what we saw, he's just a backup of Embiid. He got 11, 12 minutes. I think he will get what at the max if he's a backup of Embiid, 15 minutes, 16 minutes. That's not gonna be enough. That's not gonna be enough. And Nick Nurse just tricked all of us. Trick or treat, Halloween.
The
He
new the new Chris Boucher
the new Chris Boucher. I mean, he said
of
he said he's
Philadelphia.
gonna play power forward. We didn't see that today. Let's see if he
Who
changes
were
his
they against?
rotation.
Yeah, well, they were against a big team.
They were
So
against a
that
big
would have
big
been
team. So if there was a
nice.
time to do it, maybe now. But
Yeah.
or maybe because Brook Lopez was playing outside, it was hard. Paul Reed is not really the very good mobile. It's not really a mobile big, anyway. So well, if you drafted him, hopefully you didn't draft him in the top 110 or 120. Hopefully you didn't do that because yeah, it will hurt. It will hurt.
And Melton, D'Anthony Melton.
You know me. I love my Melton. I'm not
This
worried
is a
about him.
biased question because I'm sure Commish would say, yeah, hold.
Yeah, hold. But people were dropping
Did he
Melton. I'm
start today?
really.
He started. He started today.
He started, but he played poorly, which is very Melton like.
Yeah.
After a hot
Well,
preseason, he suddenly
didn't that
bombs.
final 3 point shot at least
Well, yeah, but he
salvage a
was
bit?
he was a
Salvage it a
dud.
bit.
He was a dud, and people are dropping him. I hope some people drop him in my league. I will pick him up. I will pick him up for sure.
All right. Feel good a lot. Shea was great, right?
I think we can do some more worries, right? How about Chris?
Yeah. Let's do a few more in the top higher tier level. Chris Middleton. How many
I'm
minutes did he
worried.
play?
16.
Yeah.
16 minutes. But to be honest, I'll say I did not know he was not yet 100%. I did
Yeah.
not know.
With some of the drafts that we did, he was
Yeah.
falling to the 80s. But that point, we thought he was healthy. Um,
Yes. And
and
without
then,
Dame.
yeah, the news that actually he played. Actually, I'm already happy that he played
Yeah,
because
we
I
we
was anticipating that he will not play today.
I think there was a question whether he was gonna be ready for the season. Now, when I found out those worries, no, those things that he might not play, I knew that he wasn't healthy yet already. He's not 100%, and
Yeah.
they're gonna be with Dame there already. They're gonna manage him. They're gonna control his return so that he'll be really healthy when they need him. And Dame, the player that Dame really affects is Chris Middleton. It's
Yeah.
really Chris Middleton because the outside shooting, the secondary ball handling from Yanis, even primary. Maybe you could put Dame as a primary, Yanis as a secondary. Where does that put Chris Middleton? Spot up shooter.
Yeah.
I mean, it just hurts him so much. And then this first month where he will be getting what 16, 18, 20, even if he ramps up to 24 in a month or two, that's like what 6 weeks, 7 weeks. I don't know. It's worrying, no, Chris Middleton.
Yeah. Well, you probably would not drop Chris
Yeah,
Middleton
can't
yet.
drop him. Can't
Too
drop him.
early. Uh, I mean, I don't think you will drop, but it's going to be a painful 1 month maybe.
Yes, painful.
Painful 1 month. First 3, 4, even 5 weeks, I think.
Maybe. Hopefully it won't be that long. Hopefully it won't be that long.
Yeah. Other players to worry about.
Drew.
Drew.
Drew is a
I'm
buy
not worried
low.
about Drew.
A lot of
He
he's
starts slow. He starts really slow.
he's obviously trending down. No, he's obviously trending down. You can get him for much cheaper than where he was. He was already drafted low when he went to Boston. He was already drafted in the 50s. I think you can
Yeah.
get him even cheaper than that with how he performed in the first game. If you attacked the manager of Drew with an offer that he's already panicking.
Someone
With
who's hot, right? Someone
yeah,
who's
someone was hot. So maybe just make it a smarter offer, something like that, and then you can get Drew. But I think Jeremy's not worried. I'm not worried about Drew,
no,
but
I'm not worried.
I don't think he's as good as last season though in Milwaukee. Obviously, there's a little hit, in Boston.
Yeah, I think he'll be what Drew from what 2, 3, 4 years ago maybe, something like that. Not
Maybe,
really as good as the like you said the Milwaukee Drew, because
yeah,
last year there were a lot of injuries in Milwaukee. He had to take some scoring, but overall I think Boston is not deep, so I think the usage will be there, the minutes will be there. I don't think there's gonna be shared minutes. The role is there. Maybe just some adjustments here and there. But the good thing about Drew is that he helps everywhere.
yeah.
So, I mean, he doesn't need to score 25, 26 points. All he needs was what? 18, 17 maybe.
Well,
And maybe,
we hope he gets there. We hope he
yeah,
gets to 7. I'm not sure he gets to 17. He might be 14 to 15, no? I hope he gets higher. I hope he gets to 17, 18. But well, they're really deep. They're really a good team. Another
yeah.
player we have to talk about is LeBron, no? The minutes restriction LeBron. What
Well,
does
did they restrict him today though?
Today he was supposed to be sitting in the one on part of the fourth quarter. He waved off Darvin Ham. They talked and he said no, he's gonna stay. So that's why he ended up with 35 to 36 minutes. I'm pretty sure that if it's not a game against Kevin Durant or a TNT nationally televised game, I don't think he's gonna get to 35. He's really gonna stick at 30. I said if it's a trade off. If you can play 65 to 70 games at 30 minutes, you'll take it if you're a LeBron owner. Instead of playing, getting
Yeah,
injured, right?
yeah.
For weeks, if he plays 37, 38 minutes, you just rather get him for 30. But definitely not a top 30 guy at 30 minutes.
Jabari Smith went back to his older ways.
One more game.
Houston just played
Bad.
horribly. I mean, the
Horrible.
top fantasy player there is Fred Van Fleet, and I'm not happy with Fred Van Fleet because
Yeah. Yeah.
like 14 points, and the bad field goal is there already, and then you score 40. I don't mind the bad field goal because that's what we expected from Van Fleet, but I hope you score like 24, 25 points, right? And then more assists than what we want, right? And plus some steals. So I think Houston played just bad, poorly, and the only worry, other than maybe Sengun, I think Sengun played okay.
Sengun was okay. And Sengun got 28 minutes.
Yeah.
So that's good.
So
It was
this
a
is it. This
blowout.
is it for Sengun
Yeah.
owners.
It was a blowout. So that's good that he got until 28 minutes in a blowout game. So Sengun is fine. I hope the others catch up and play better
Yeah.
the next games. Yeah.
Yeah. Then that's
Another
it.
player, DeJounte Murray.
Well,
Ever
Atlanta
since
also played bad, other than Jalen
yeah,
Johnson.
but I mean, Trey was okay.
Today
But
was
there's
bad.
just something I don't know with the Jonte. He ever since of the preseason, he's been really bad. He's been shooting really bad, and the assists, the steals are not there. I hope he snaps out of it. I hope it's just nothing, no, because I haven't seen a good game from him ever since the preseason till now, no. So he's a worry for me, a real worry for me, because he's been picked high, top
Yeah.
35 for sure, top 35 for sure. So he's a worry. Another player in Atlanta, Okongwu. No, another player who they said they will play at power forward, but he did not get any power forward minutes, and he played 19 minutes. So a little bit of a monitor situation between Okongwu, Jalen, and Capella. No,
Mhm.
something to watch out for in Atlanta.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll probably talk more, see more tomorrow. There's gonna be a bigger slate.
Yeah.
But just quickly run down some of the players that I like. Shale, as I mentioned earlier, was great.
Oh,
Of course, Jokic,
Shea.
we know Jokic should be great. Who else played really well?
Scotty
Um,
Barnes.
Scotty
I'm
Barnes.
Scotty Barnes. There were three players I was high on this season. Scotty, Maxi, Poole. No,
Yeah,
two
Maxi
out of
played
three.
well as
Yeah, two
well.
out of three so far. Maxi's a star. Maxi, if Harden gets traded at whatever, whenever, top 30, top 40 is really easy for Maxi. If he plays a point like he did today, the assist
Yeah,
gets there. He had 30 something today. So
31, I think.
he can score in the high 20s, Maxi. And Scotty Barnes, I don't know why people are down on Scotty Barnes. Maybe because of last season, but I've when Van Vliet left, I was all in on Scotty Barnes. I think the stocks.
I don't think a lot of people were down, but it's just that we were not sure. I think.
Yeah, I think
All right, so yeah, we lost you, Kumish. I don't know what happened, but your screen blacked out. But we'll probably talk more about these things in the next episode. So as always, guys, please follow us. We'll interact more on Twitter these days because it's easier to interact there. Follow us there on Twitter. We'll follow us on. Let me just pull it out here. FBW underscore podcast and FBW underscore com underscore Eric. And of course, this video
yeah, sorry,
is.
sorry, sorry. I'm here.
Yeah, I'm just wrapping this up. We'll
Okay.
probably talk more about the players in the next episode.
I think
Just
we got everything mostly for
yeah,
the first
mostly.
3 days. Yeah.
So yeah, follow us Twitter. We interact a lot more. Commissions. Some people are asking where to get because most of our uh, articles or stuff that Commish posts are in Facebook. We'll probably do more on Twitter as well. There's a lot of fantasy managers there following. And of course, the show is always on YouTube and Spotify or wherever you hear the podcast. All right, that's it. See you guys in the next episode. Bye, guys.
Okay.